Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can make your very own RPG in Scratch. So the first thing as usual, we will change the name to RPG Tutorial. So now what we'll do is we're going to we're going to paint. So we're going to make a sprite. So make sure you keep Scratchy because we're going to need him there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make a green box. So we're just going to have to create a nice, just a backdrop, just with some plants and stuff, whatever. So I'll just delete that and then I'll cover up this whole entire thing. And now and I'll just center it. Okay, perfect. So now that we have our green thing, so now what we're gonna do is kind of make a pathway. So I'll deselect it. Okay, so now I'm gonna make a pathway. So this will kind of be dirt or something. So it's gonna be around a brownish color. So I'm just gonna make it much thicker, maybe a little more, around maybe 90. Okay, maybe that's actually big enough. So now we'll just bring it straight down here. So we have enough space to do some ponds or trees around here and stuff. So now we have enough space to show off some stuff too. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a pond. So you make sure you do it in, you can make sure you do it like you don't make a pond a separate one. Make sure you do it inside the thing. So make sure you do inside the actual backdrop. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna deselect this, and now I'm gonna go make a bluish color. And now what I'll do is I'll kind of make this. Okay, so I think that's a good bluish color. So now what I'm gonna do with this is decrease the outline and make it a little smaller. And then what we can do, actually no, we can make it bigger. Maybe I'll put it right here. There's more, actually no, I'll just keep it right here. And now we can do some reshaping. So most ponds aren't absolutely perfectly circle, obviously. So what we're going to do is we are going to make it kind of perfectly circle. So make sure you don't do something like where it connects over here, obviously, because because when the character comes right here, he'll be on the pond, and that will cause a glitch. Because we're gonna write some code to make sure he can't go on that pond. So when he comes here, there'll be a glitch. So make sure it's totally separate. So now what we're gonna do is, I guess I'll move it right around. I just keep it right here. Yeah. So now we have a beautiful pond. Now what we'll do is we're going to create a tree. So tree is pretty straightforward. We get so I'll make this brown color. So I'll get a brownish color. So that seems pretty good. Make sure it's not the exact same thing as this. Maybe make sure it's a little different. So I think this color is pretty good. So actually no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this color and then modify it a little. Okay, so that seems like a pretty good color. So now I'm just gonna decrease it around that much. And then I'll make this, and then I'll make a tree. So now what I'll do is I'll go over here, get this color. Make sure it's not the same thing as this color though. Make sure it's different. So now I have a tree. So now here's a little trick that you can do to make, okay, so make sure you switch to vector. And now what I'll do is I will select this tree. So now I'll do Control C. And then I'll make a bitmap again. And then I'll do Control V. So now what I'll do is I'll have two of these trees. So now I can create an infinite amount of trees. So that's a trick that you can do. So maybe I could do another Control V and then add a tree right here. Okay. And then I could do one more and add a few on the top. So now what you guys want to do, and maybe just one more right here. Okay. Okay, so we have a couple of trees right around here. So now what you want to do is you want to create. So I'll duplicate this, and now you want to do is you want to do some changes. So I'm just gonna change this and add some more one more tree. And I'll do Control V and then add one more tree here. And then in the next one, I can duplicate this, and then what I can do is I can take this, and then I can take eavesdrop and then take that same color, and then what I can do is I can cover up all of this, and then I can do some reshaping and bring it all the way down here, and then bring this slightly upward. Okay, so now that we have, so maybe I could take this and then just make it a bit forward. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is maybe over here. So you want to make multiple of these, and you want to make some changes to make it seem different. So this is the first one, and then here I've added a few changes. I've added a few trees, and then over this one, there's maybe I'll add a pond here. I'll add another pond. So I'll just add another circle right here. And then, I could reshape it. So basically, the thing that you want to do is you just want to keep, in the next one, you always want to keep adding, something different. So here there's something different. So here's the first one. So here there's something different. Obviously, there's a little glitch over there. So maybe I could just shrink it. Oh. So we could just... Okay, it doesn't even matter. So now, so I'll just, okay. So now what I can do is I'll just center this in shape. So I'll convert it into vector bitmap again. And then what I'll do is I can make it bigger a little bit. Yeah, so that seems fine. So now I can do this, and I also have to make this bigger. So basically all you want to do is create differences in each and every one. So now this one, this one, this one. So you just want to keep creating differences. So now I'm just going to create 2 more of these, and then I think that's just about enough, and then we're going to get onto the coding. Okay, so I have a few costumes. So I have the first one, the second one with the change, the third one with the change, the fourth one with the change, and the fifth one with the change, which is mostly the house. Okay, so since now we have all these things, so now we're just gonna get onto the coding. So the coding, what we're just gonna do is we're gonna go into the when green flag click. We're gonna go to control, and make sure in the scratch cat. So forever. So we're just basically going to be doing some controls. So we'll do if touching not if touching edge, then we're gonna broadcast message 1. When I receive message 1, next costume. So okay, so now if so forever. So now the first thing, so now we should also do this. So forever go forward 1 layers. Okay. So now if I start this project, so I'm gonna shrink Scratchy a little bit, so maybe make him like 50%. Yeah, that seems pretty good to me. So now what I'm gonna do is if touching ed broadcast message 1, and so yeah, so if I start this, so you should always be, so when it starts you should always be there. So I'm just gonna put it right here. Make sure you don't do it in the forever loop, because when we put the controls there, when he goes to the next one, it's gonna say, okay, forever go to here. So then it's just gonna bring him straight back there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into if, and then we're going to duplicate it, and then we're gonna duplicate it again. And so now we have 4. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into sensing and do key, what is it called? Key up arrow, key down arrow, key down arrow, key right arrow, key and duplicate this and do key left arrow. So now that we have all of them, so now what we're gonna do is since we have all of this, we're gonna start doing the controls. So now we're gonna do change x by 10. We're gonna duplicate this, do change y by -10, and then we're going to motion, do the same thing except with y. So 10, duplicate this, and here we will do -10. So now if I start the program, now Scratchy can walk around, but look, so why is it doing that? So it's because every time it's touching it, it's going to the next thing. So that's not what we want. We want the second he goes here, he should go back here. So he should go back there. So there's actually a pretty simple solution to that. So I'll go when green flag click. Okay. So now he'll go over here, which is the position that I want. And I'll put it right here, and everything should be totally fine. So of course there'll be a glitch if we just keep pressing the up arrow, but so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on the green flag, and then it should go to the first costume. So we're just gonna do when green flag click. So make sure you're in the backdrop. We're going to do switch costume to costume 1. So now it'll go straight to the first costume, and I can just go around here, go around here. So, and then he's just going around here, going around here, going around here. So now there's actually some weird thing we can do. We can go in the pond and stuff, which is a little weird, and we can also go on the trees. And in real life, you wouldn't be able to do that. So able to go on the houses and stuff that easily. So the next thing, so in part 2, I'm going to be showing you how you can only get on the path, and if I click the down arrow and I'm on the pathway, I won't be able to move anywhere. So the only place so I can move everywhere, but if I'm touching a tree and I click the right arrow, I won't be able to move because I'm touching it. So that's what I'm going to be showing you in the next RPG tutorial. So to make sure you don't miss that, make sure to subscribe and click the notifications bell. But other than that, bye guys!